Welcome back everyone. The NBA trade deadline was absolutely wild, and I think we can all agree that the Phoenix Suns were one of, if not the biggest winners of it. I mean, anytime you acquire a top 5 NBA player, you did something good, and that happens to be exactly what they did, acquiring 13-time All-Star Kevin Durant. In a blockbuster move, they traded away Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, 4 first-round draft picks, and then 1 first-round pick swap for Kevin Durant and TJ Warren. I really don't think anyone saw it coming either. Even after the Brooklyn Nets traded away Kyrie Irving, it was hard to see them finding a trade for Kevin Durant before the trade deadline. They quite obviously did though, and now the question is, how good do they truly become? Are they the unquestionable favorites, or do they potentially have a few fatal flaws? We will talk about all of that in today's video. Before we do that though, I would really appreciate it if you could take a brief moment to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. Without further ado though, let's dive right into it, and we'll begin by reviewing what they gave up to make the trade happen. Now, I already mentioned that they traded away Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder, but what did they truly lose here? And well, not much from Jay Crowder given his reluctance to play for them, but they definitely gave up a lot with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. For one, they gave up one of, if not the best defensive wing player in the entire league with Mikal Bridges, a guy who can match up with virtually anybody on the perimeter. That is something they are not able to replace. Not only that though, but even if they found a good defender to help fill that void, you cannot replace the combination of defense, 3-point shooting, and then most importantly, availability that you get from Mikal Bridges. I mean, the guy's literally never missed a game, and that is something we cannot undervalue here. It's hard enough to find reliable role players, but it's even more difficult keeping them on the court for a full NBA season. It's really not that shocking that immediately after the Nets acquired him, a different team reportedly offered 4 first-round draft picks for him alone, which really tells you about his individual value. And then for Cam Johnson, while he may not be the extremely durable player that Mikal Bridges is, he is definitely a valuable player in his own right. He had really been becoming one of the better 3-point shooting wing players in the entire league, and that is something you can never seem to have enough of in today's NBA. Between the two of them, the Suns will be losing a lot of 3-point shooting, great defense, and then 2 guys who could have been a part of their long-term future. On the other hand though, you cannot argue with trading them for Kevin Durant, or at least not for the short term anyways. Currently one of, if not the best player in the entire league when healthy, Kevin Durant can single-handedly make a team a top-tier contender, and in my opinion, that is what Phoenix has now become. They have formed a trio of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul, or maybe even a big 4 if you want to include DeAndre Ayton, who many were shocked that they did not have to give up here. And despite DeAndre Ayton having a bit of an up and down year, he has been absolutely dominating lately. Throughout their past 5 games, the guy's been putting up 28 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and shooting nearly 75% from the field. Now, I'm not sure if the addition of Kevin Durant lit a fire under him or what, but I think it's safe to say that he's regained his old form, and that could be huge for them moving forward. In addition to DeAndre Ayton, they were able to hold on to Torrey Craig and Damian Lee, and then have now added Darius Bazley and Terrence Ross, all of which are quality role players. I mean, they're definitely not on the level of Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, or even Jay Crowder, but they're still a fairly deep team, and especially when you consider they added Kevin Durant. They found a way to not only add a top 5 player, but to keep their team competitive while doing it. They managed to keep 3 out of their top 4 players, and then even a good chunk of their bench unit too. The only thing I really worry about with them would have to be their defense. I mean, they gave up a top 10 defender in the entire league after all, and then 2 of their better defenders. Again, I like that they were able to keep a guy like Torrey Craig, who is a pretty good defender in his own right, but they definitely got a bit worse on defense here. Prior to acquiring KD, they were the 8th rated defense in the NBA, and I'm not too sure they'll be able to maintain that moving forward. However, I guarantee they will improve on offense. Believe it or not, they were the 19th ranked offense before making this trade, and while that was largely due to being without Devin Booker, I think we can all agree they'll improve dramatically. But the real question will be how much. It will take a little bit of time for them to form team chemistry, and they will have fewer than 25 games to do it before playoff time. And that will be the difficult thing for them to figure out, though I'm fairly confident that they will be able to. We're talking about 3 of the best players at their position after all, and even the best of all time at their position for 2 of them. If they are able to stay healthy, then they are going to build team chemistry quickly. They are a great fit on paper, and I really can't envision a scenario where it would not work for them. Between their 3-point shooting, their willingness to give out the ball, and then most importantly, their ability to create their own shot from basically anywhere on the court, they appear to be a match made in heaven on offense. And like many of you, I am really looking forward to watching it. They are going to be nearly unstoppable if they can stay healthy, and especially with their mid-range shooting come playoff time. That is something we cannot afford to overlook here either. Mid-range shooting becomes a big part of the game come playoff time, and they have 3 of the best players in the league at doing it. With all of that being said though, what do you guys think? What are you looking forward to watching to most with the Phoenix Suns? And then what are your expectations for them come playoff time? Comment your thoughts down below. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to those of you who took the time to watch until the end of this video, and until the end of all of my videos in general. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.